Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Financial Literacy Simplified. In the last session, we learned about the way the rich, the middle class, and the poor invest. The rich invest in income generating assets, so they continually become richer. The middle class invest in assets that are expense incurring, so it worsens their financial situation. And the poor, because they don't have money to invest, they only spend their money. Welcome to Financial Literacy Simplified. Today I want us to learn about how can the poor turn the tide. How can the poor change or boost their incomes, at least one day get to middle class or the upper middle class. Statistics show that at least 20 million Kenyans are classified as poor. When we talk about poor, we are talking about anyone earning below 23,000 shillings in a month. That is around 800 shillings in a day, and you know there are some poor people who earn as little as 200 shillings in a day. So how can one who is poor turn this tide? Is it easy? Absolutely not. Is it possible? Yes. We have 5 ways that I will teach you how a poor person can turn the tide from poverty to prosperity. The first way, avoid expensive debt, expensive loans. You find that the poor most of the times borrow from mobile lending apps. Some charge interest of a high of 20% one-off. And this poor person has the tendency of borrowing to pay a debt. After you pay, you borrow, and the cycle continues. This is what we call vicious cycle. So you will find that a poor person borrowing 1,000 shillings may borrow 1,000 shillings twice in a month. If they're being charged 20% upfront, it means that in a month the poor person will have paid 200 times 2, 400. And remember, you've paid 400 to get how much? 1,000. If this continues the whole year, this person will have spent interest of 4,800 for an amount of 1,000. Please, I know it is difficult, but avoid these expensive debts. So what is the solution? You can engage into money lending platforms that are relatively cheaper. Take, for example, you can join a SACCO, be it employment-based SACCO or a business-based SACCO. You go to their front office savings account and you can be able to take a front office loan. The interest rate is way, way cheaper than the interest rate that is charged from these mobile lending apps. So that is one. The second approach that this poor person can boost their incomes is by ensuring you boost, or in wherever you work, you try and grow your career. I'll give an example. Most of the poor are in the informal industry. Let me use the construction industry. You are an assistant to a carpenter. So you may try to know or to learn how do carpenters do, and one day you become the carpenter himself. Remember, skilled labor in the construction industry pays double that rate of unskilled labor. If you are a mason, you can try and become quite trustworthy to your bosses, and one day you are made a foreman. You see, by that you've boosted your income significantly. A foreman can also get trusted and grow to the point of being a contractor. You need to find ways, how do I grow or boost my income levels? That was way number 2. The third way that the poor can try and grow their incomes is changing the poor mentality mindset. Most of the times you will say, I am a poor person. So whenever you interact with the rich or the middle class, the only thing you want is handouts from them. Remember, they say that it is better to be taught how to fish than to be given fish every day. Even if you are poor, you need to know that this is just a temporary situation. One day, I will rise and get to middle class or even the rich. The fourth way that the poor can avoid or can move from poverty to prosperity, avoid illicit brews. Most of the times, because of poverty, you will find somebody say that I am stressed. It is true, everyone is stressed. Even the rich are stressed, but everyone has their own levels of stretch or of stress. The poverty that hits this poor person may make this person get into excessive alcohol drinking. Now, when you get into excessive alcohol drinking,